You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sympathy. I'd take the seasick crocodile. You're the king of sinful sots. You're a hearts of dead tomatoes blotched with moldy purple. Hey, bring it in, man. Dominate these boys all game, man. They gotta happen today. They gotta happen today. We come out of here with the win, nothing less. I got your gun. You get mine. We're done. Touchdown, Raiders! Back from behind. Khalil, take the ball away. This is why you want Jared Cook on your team.
Cowboys Raiders, and the matchup we're watching here, a linebacker and a running back that you put right up there as some of the best we've seen in the last decade.
Sean Lee versus Marshawn Lynch. Sean Lee is one of the best, most instinctive playmakers that we'll find at the linebacker position. Marshawn Lynch is just attitude, toughness, tenacity, gives the Raiders exactly what they need.
I'll tell you, I had some fun studying Sean Lee yesterday. Just put your feet up on the desk and enjoy and watch what he does against the New York Giants. Bucky, you talked about the eyes and the instincts. Check this play out right here. Watch him. He's feeling. Watch Eli Manning, though, in his ball handling. See him extend the ball. Watch him tuck it. As soon as he tucks it, Sean Lee, wait a second, his spidey senses go off. We got a reverse coming.
Something's not
Watch
right.
him adjust on the fly. That's a 9-yard tackle for loss on a reverse. He sees everything. Now you want to see, again, the instincts. Read your keys. Knows the gap he's got to fill here. The ball is snapped. You're going to see him come downhill, fill the gap. But then he sees a puller, and he realizes, oh, wait a second, he's going to follow the puller. The puller will take you to the football. So he then scrapes over and ends up making a tackle in a different gap. His instincts, and he sees it, he goes. He's, I think, one of the best in the league and one of the more underappreciated players in the National Football League.
Underappreciated. The Dallas Cowboys defense is significantly better when he is on the field. It is not a coincidence that when he plays, they play much better and get wins. But this week, you're dealing with the Oakland Raiders and Marshawn Lynch. And Marshawn Lynch, at his best, is a downhill banger who really knocks the taste out of defenders' mouths. I think the big thing for the Oakland Raiders is, can they be committed to running the ball? Because when they're committed and they're willing to give 24 the ball 20 or more times, he has shown that he is still an effective runner. I need to see Todd Downing. I even need to see Jack Del Rio tell his old coordinator, we want to run the ball, because if they run the ball, it sets the table up for everybody else. Marshawn Lynch needs to eat so the rest of the offense can also eat.
Volume to me. Volume with Marshawn Lynch. Let's increase that volume. Let's get him in that 24, 25 carry. That's what you're going to need here. Two of the best offensive lines in the league in this game, Dallas Cowboys and the Oakland Raiders. Which run game is going to get going? Who do you like?
Oh, I'm going with Dallas. I think Dallas can sniff that there's a little opportunity for them to get hot, make a run. They win this week. Ezekiel Elliott coming back. Maybe the Cowboys are one of the more dangerous teams. I think they understand the urgency. They get it done.
I'm drinking the same Kool-Aid. I think the Dallas Cowboys, especially the injury with Carson Wentz and the Eagles, I know they're not going to win that division. That's already done. But that's a team that's got their eyes on the postseason, could do some damage. I like the Cowboys to win there. All right, Move the Sticks podcast. You can check that out, NFL.com/MTS podcast.
Week 4, the Raiders travel to Dallas for a battle of pro football's winningest teams.
Hey, wait on 3. We gotta go 2-2 now. We gotta go 2-2. 1, 2, 3. First we're gonna go straight. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is do the 1 on the 3. We're gonna fake those legs. You fake in and come out, and I'm gonna fake out and come in.
Darryl Russell, Grady Jackson, and Russell Maryland plotted, then attacked. Richard Harvey and Albert Lewis joined the assault. Offensively, precision passing by Jeff George, the big play capability of Tim Brown and Napoleon Kaufman, and the world-class speed of James Jett put Oakland ahead for good.
Tim Brown comes left, picked up by Dion, and James Jett goes right. Kevin Smith has him. George back to pass, looking right, throws up the sideline for Jett. It is tipped and caught by Jett. He's going to go in for a touchdown, and the ball was bobbled, and Jett caught it out of the air as he beat Kevin Smith for a 75-yard touchdown.
Late in the third quarter, pro sophomore Calvin Branch, number 27, showed speed and tenacity, running down super swift Deion Sanders to prevent a Dallas score. With the outcome in doubt, interceptions by Woodson and Turner secured victory on the road.
Charles Woodson coming up. Four wide receivers are in, including Deion. He goes right. Garrett out of the shotgun, back to pass. He's throwing for it all right down the middle of the field, and it is intercepted by Eric Turner in the end zone. Eric Turner has done it again. Eric Turner may have just won the
Coach
game.
Gruden and the Raider organization had reason to celebrate. The silver and black was again a force in NFL division races.
We got one more big game on the road next week. It's a West Coast game. We got to sharpen it up. God bless you. It's a big win for us. Enjoy the play.
This week on the Silver and Black Show, the Raiders return to Oakland for their final home game of the season. In our Hawaiian Airlines overview, I sit down with playmaking tight end Jared Cook, and Jack Del Rio joins Chris Townsend to discuss how the team can bounce back after a tough loss on the road. All that and more on the Silver and Black Show, starting right now.
The Silver and Black Show.
All the tape you look at, they run it well. They've got a big offensive line. Obviously, Ezekiel is special, but all the backs are good. They're all talented. So they run behind it. Dez obviously going, Beasley. I mean, they've got a good group. So that definitely gets your attention.
Really good player, very talented, very live arm, can throw the ball all over the place. Throws with accuracy, throws with touch. Dynamic guy, and they got weapons. Big-time receivers outside, a big-time tight end. Obviously, the running back is outstanding. So he does a really good job running their offense and plays at a very high level.
He's a dangerous player. I mean, I don't know if there's one area that you could say, or he wouldn't. If people could figure it out, put it like that, then he wouldn't be as dangerous as he's been. So I mean, he's speed. He's got the speed. He's got the quickness. Obviously, the physical just attributes. So I mean, he's just a freak of nature, and he's a great player, and he's been that way for a long time.
Defensively, Rod Marinelli, very aggressive front, a lot of sacks. Getting Sean Lee back, obviously, is big. He's very productive for him. So it's a good football team.
The Raiders get set for their final game at home of the regular season. Welcome to the Week 15 edition of the Silver and Black Show. As always, I'm your host, Nicole Zalumis, alongside our two-time Super Bowl champion, Jim Plunkett. Jim, it's Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys at home under the bright lights. When you're coming off of a demoralizing loss against your division rival in the Kansas City Chiefs, what are you saying to the team as a leader to pump everybody up for this Sunday Night Football game?
Well, first and foremost, you still have a chance to make the playoffs, as slim as that chance might be. You know, someone who has to stand up and tell them, it's now or never. You've got to go out there and play your best football. We still have a chance. We're still in it. You know, as slim as that thought is, it's still a possibility. So go out, don't make any mistakes. Go out, play your best, come out a winner.
And that person might be their signal caller, Derek Carr. He is the subject of our first headline, Stuck in Neutral. One of the biggest storylines that has manifested over this season is the struggle of Derek Carr. Through 14 weeks last season, the 26-year-old had 433 more passing yards and 6 more touchdowns. He has also already surpassed his interception total from 2016 by 4. An inconsistent line and receiver play, as well as injuries, haven't helped out the fourth-year signal caller, but nobody predicted this level of regression. Jim, from what you've seen so far, is this a sign of things to come, or is this just a blip on the radar?
Well, I think it's a blip on the radar. You know, every year is a different year. You have to go out and prove yourself each and every year. Once again, that you're capable of leading this football team to victory. And it's been a tough year, there's no doubt about it. The offense has been very inconsistent. Todd Downing is the new offensive coordinator, so things have been a little different. The receivers, percentage-wise, have dropped a lot more passes than they did a year ago, so everybody's struggling a little bit. The running game's not going great. Derek's just one guy. You got 11 guys on offense. They've got to work together, and hopefully they'll find that rhythm. Once they've done it a few times this year. The first 2 games of the season, Kansas City and a few other games, but they haven't done it consistently. So that's what they've got to look for. And, they still, as I said, they still have a chance to make the playoffs, and so they've got to give it their all.
Well, the second headline focuses on the offense as well. Lights, camera, play action. Another narrative that has developed this year is the lack of play action from the Raiders offense. Through 13 weeks, there's only one team that runs play action fewer times than the Silver and Black, who deploy the fake 13% of the time. Jim, is this stat indicative of a struggling offense, or is this frustration towards this unit misplaced?
I think it's a little bit misplaced. And one of the things, play action is predicated on how well you're running the football. And if you don't run the football well, play action doesn't do a whole lot for you. The linebackers aren't going to bite on the fake. The DBs aren't going to come up looking to make a tackle because the running game isn't going anywhere. So, those are some of the problems that play action represents. If you're not running the ball well, play action is not very effective during the course of a game.
Our next headline focuses on their Week 15 opponent, and that's Bring on the Boys. The Raiders welcomed Dallas to the Coliseum for only the 12th meeting between the two historic franchises. The Cowboys have not performed up to expectations, and this game is a must-win for them if they have any shot at the postseason. They will once again be without their star running back Ezekiel Elliott due to suspension, and they've lost 3 out of the last 5 during that time. Jim, I want to focus on their young star Dak Prescott, because when they lost Ezekiel Elliott, Dak wasn't at his best, but he's got significantly better. What are you seeing from Dak?
Well, usually or oftentimes second-year quarterbacks struggle because defenses, opposing teams don't have a real solid book, or it's very difficult for them to predict what that quarterback's going to do because they haven't seen him play in the NFL at all. So sometimes it's a struggle for the defense to catch up to that quarterback, but now they've got a year under their belt. People realize what he likes to do in certain situations, and the defenses try to take that away. So I think that's one of the reasons why Dak has struggled a little bit this year. Defenses are playing him better than they did a year ago.
When you lose a star like Ezekiel Elliott, does it take the offense some time to adjust for a loss like that?
Oh, absolutely. I think Ezekiel Elliott was one of the better running backs in the league, and he's offered big time running for the Dallas Cowboys. But Alfred Morris is a darn good running back himself. And I don't think it's all about Elliott. I think it's more about what the offense is doing and not executing more than just the loss of a running back.
All right, make sure you keep it here. A lot more to come on the Silver and Black Show.
3 receivers right, 2 are left. The Raiders have to get to the Chief 22-yard line. Derek back, pressured by Tom Bali, throws, caught. Jared Cook inside the 5, touchdown Raiders. Jared Cook on a seam route there, as Derek Carr got hit by Tamba Ali.
Welcome back to the Silver and Black Show. Jared Cook joins us now. And Jared, welcome to the set. This is your first time on the show. The last time I saw you was preseason. Now here we are, Week 15. What has that transition been like as a member of the Oakland Raiders?
It's been pretty tight. I've enjoyed getting to know the fellas here, getting to know the coaching staff, and being able to play some games with these guys. It's been a fun season.
You're not exactly the rah-rah type. You lead by example. How do you feel when it comes to stepping into a new team? You're an immediate leader and making sure you get the message across to some of the younger guys.
I just look at it like this is your job. This is what you're here to do. This is what they pay you to do. So why not put a good stamp and leave a good legacy for what it is that you do? Everything that you put out there on the field and everything that you work so hard for, you're supposed to have pride in. So let that be shown when you line up on Sundays and even in practice.
Despite the team's ups and downs, you've been having a great season. What is it about a member of the Silver and Black? Do you feel like you're really embracing the role here and being a member of this offense?
I just try to do everything that's asked of me. I try to give Derek a clear interpretation of what we're going to see on Sunday or how I want things run. So I do all I can to communicate that way. There's no backdraft or lull when we get out there on Sundays. It's just playing fast. So him and Coach Bobby Johnson have been very influential in my growth here, very influential.
So usually we do 5 questions here where we get to know you a little bit. But I want to know a little bit more about a company that you founded in Nifty Genius, because I went to niftygenius.com, and it's a really, really nice website. The clothing there, the style. Tell me a little bit about your involvement.
So I'm a founder of it. I put together this idea to have an online men's lifestyle website for men. It's like a one-stop shop for men. Women have everything under the sun and many websites like it, but men, it's very few and far between. So it's a lifestyle website. Men can go in there and get whatever they need: couches, socks, apothecary, toothbrushes, classic cars, antique watches, different things. It's just for for pretty much all ages.
Jared, because you are a man of fashion and you have really good taste, we're going to go through a couple of your looks and then some of your teammates' looks, and you can break them down for me. So this is obviously you arriving at the stadium. I immediately see a Louis Vuitton. Am I right on that? Okay. So that's like a nice, what do you call that, a merce, a clutch?
Yeah, a grip.
A
clutch,
grip.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then I also see the Jordans, which are like a throwback.
Yeah, Jordan's is always a fashion piece, as long as you got good ones on. I wouldn't kind of dress down for this game, though. You know, I got the Army fatigues on.
And camo's in.
Yeah, you know, war ready. You know.
I kind of feel like camo's always in, to be honest with you.
It
Just like
is.
ripped jeans. I love ripped jeans. They never go out of style. This is a nice, clean look, and it kind of takes you back to the 70s a little bit with the tie-dye.
Yeah, a little bit, you know, just a life shirt, like you said, with the ripped jeans and the Nikes. Just kept it simple on this day as well.
And a nice necklace there.
Necklace, a couple of wrist pieces as well.
Okay, here we go. So explain to me what Jalen's rocking right now.
My man's got on the jersey. It's the Hustle Gang jersey. Looking swollen stuff, you know, with the Q-Dog tats out. And then he got on the matching camo shorts. Look like he ready to go swimming to a pool party.
It does seem a little bit Miami to me, or it screams summer. Oh, Giorgio.
Gee,
I mean, does this not just scream Italy?
That's European all the way, man.
It also screams Moraga, where so it's Italy meets Moraga. Is this his look all the time?
Oh, no question. He got the quilted diamond fabric jacket on. He in there.
I feel like he needs like a chocolate lab with a matching quilted jacket. That's what this one says to me. Wow, this takes me back to junior high school.
This is middle school for me.
Middle school.
Yeah, for
Tommy
sure.
Hilfiger. I mean, do you think he's buying this now, or this is just something he had in his closet?
Tommy coming back a little bit.
It is? Okay.
A little bit, you know. A lot of old fashions coming back now, but that's a dope fit. He got the AIs on, the classic AIs, the Bethel High School colors.
Kind of a destroyed jean.
Yeah, for sure.
Rocking the skinny pant, which when you have big thighs is not an easy thing to do.
It's not easy at all.
But he's pulling it off.
Yes.
This is Hollywood. I mean, this is straight up. My future is bright. I've got my shades on. I've got my shirt open. Check out the Louis belt.
You know, he ready. He's in Miami. That's not a home game. That's a Miami game.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you know what? This makes more sense. This is actually
exactly
perfect.
Where he's at.
I mean, when you are like getting dressed, ready to go, packing your bag, if you're going to Miami,
you gotta have it right.
Okay, is that it? We've reached the end of it. Unfortunately, because we could go all day. Best of luck.
For sure. Thank
Obviously,
you so much.
week 15. Thank you so much for coming in with Nifty Genius.
Yes.
You've got to go to niftygenius.com right now so you can buy all your holiday gifts.
That's right.
A lot more to come here on the Silver and Black Show.